All right, we are back and we are interviewing Kyra today, who is owner of Weeping Willow. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's just get into it. You do piercings.
I do.
So tell me about how, because I don't think every little girl just wakes up or is growing up saying, I want to pierce people with needles, growing up. How did that happen for you growing up?
So I'm terrified of needles. I'm still
Really?
terrified of needles. I think that's what got me into it. I was forced to get pierced multiple times. Yeah, my ears pierced as a kid because I looked like a little boy. So they were like, okay, you have to have your ears done. So every time they'd fall out, they'd make me get them redone. And each time it was a traumatizing experience at Claire's.
No. Yes, at Claire's, of course.
Or Walmart. I got my ears pierced at
Wait,
Walmart
you can
once.
get your
that
piercings
was a
at
thing.
Walmart?
Yeah, by a lady
Okay.
that probably couldn't even see the dots she made.
Oh,
so
my
that was
God.
interesting. But yeah, so I feel like having that fear, I wanted to make sure that kids didn't feel that. So I actually specialize in kids and infant piercings.
Wow.
I like to create like a safe space where they're my client. I answer to them, not mom and dad necessarily in that moment. They like to just feel included. They like to know what's going on. So yeah, that's
So
what made
is
me
there
get
like
into it.
breathing techniques that you do with the kids?
I
And
always tell them to blow like they're blowing with their birthday candles out. So deep breath in and slow, steady deep breath out. Yep.
yeah, I mean, even thinking about getting a piercing, I'm like
you the
tensing up
anxiety?
a little. Not anxiety, but definitely. So what was your first piercing that you did on someone else?
The first piercing, so we started on oranges and bananas. That's what I started
That's how
on.
you do it? Like that's how you practice?
That was one of the practice methods we used.
Makes sense now that I think about it.
Yeah. And then from there, it went to friends and families that were willing to sacrifice
Give
their
me your
skin.
earlobe.
Yeah, whether it was
Earlobe.
good or not
Earlobe.
good. So yeah, friends and family is what we started on, and lobes. I started on lobes.
Lobes.
And then my mentor at the time specialized in nipple and genital piercings.
Okay.
So very quickly after lobes, I went into lining up nipples straight.
So people get their nipples pierced because it's lopsided?
No,
Or
not
what
necessarily, but you wouldn't want one like this and one like this.
Yeah, no,
So
true.
you want to make sure they're nice and
wouldn't like
straight. So yeah, sometimes people get them like this.
See, so much
sometimes
more
people
than
get
you think
crazy.
about,
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into the piercing world, for sure.
I love that. Okay, so how did you, let's get back, we'll get back to all the fun stuff. How did you open up Weeping Willow and how did that get started?
Okay, so I was at a studio called Pixley's Oddities. It was a very well-known studio in North Park. And the studio was forced to close its doors down. They jacked the rent up, and the owner...
Story of all of our lives, right?
The owner wanted to step away, and we had such a great team. We had a team of probably like 15 artists.
Wow.
And instead of seeing all that kind of trickle away and everybody go into their own thing, I decided to open up Weeping Willow. So
I love that. So did you take like a big chunk of those people that were there and then... Because you guys have that big room upstairs. Like, and I've come down here a few times. I always see there's always people in there. You guys are busy.
Yeah, we got a perfect room.
And you guys do piercings, but the other people do tattoos.
So I have 5 tattoo artists and a tooth gem artist.
A tooth gem artist. So they put them on your tooth. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So have you gotten, obviously, how many tattoos do you have?
I'm covered. I don't know how many I have.
You lost
we
track.
stopped counting at
Lost
that
track.
point. Yeah. We still have skin to cover. That's all we know. So
I love that you chose a Weeping Willow as your brand vibe. Tell me a little bit about why you chose it.
So it kind of plays into the whole, so we were mourning Pixley's because Pixley's was closing. And willow trees are like a symbol of grief and resilience and rebirth.
Okay.
So it kind of falls into place with that. Yeah.
And then, so before the place that you were at, you were doing, it was tattoo, taxidermy, and then you said
It was also a toy store.
and those are like the 3 most random things, but you guys made it work. And so now, how did you take the taxidermy little with you? Tell me about what you have in your shop now.
So we just have little pieces of taxidermy kind of scattered around. We have like little bugs and things, and then we have a raccoon on the wall. We have a giant stick bug on the wall.
Oh my God, so fun.
Just a few pieces, but they did come from Pixley's, so it's a little special. Yeah.
You had to take a little bit with you.
Yeah.
And so then now that you're here, how long have you been with Broadway?
We have been here officially in operation for about a month now.
Nice. What have you loved about being at Broadway so far?
Everybody's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's a good environment. It's a great
Community.
location. Yeah, the community of North Park is amazing. So
It
thankful
is
for that.
such a vibe down here.
Yeah.
I wish I lived closer because I would totally want to be in this building for sure too.
It's so nice.
Okay, let's get down to the fun stuff. I want to know, let's do like a little rapid fire of like what kind of piercings are your favorite to do right now?
Okay, so my favorite, I love kids. I love working with kids. I specialize in kids and infants. It takes a lot of patience. So I feel like that's probably one of my favorite. It's the most rewarding out of all the things I do.
Have you ever had to like be like, no, they need to come back and they're a little too frightened?
In my career, I've had one girl who only left with one piercing. Aww. But she will be back to see me one day. I know she will.
I made the mistake of taking my niece when she was like 2 to Claire's, and we did one and then one. And it took us forever to pin her down and be like, let's just do the other one.
That's the main thing with kids, is as long as you communicate with them, like, you know, it's their appointment. It's them making the choice. You know, they're just curious. They just want to know what's happening.
Okay, so what is maybe piercing that people think hurts but doesn't?
I mean, to each their own. Everybody's different. Everybody handles pain differently. Yeah. So that's all.
What would you say the most painful piercing is?
Most painful. I hear lots of complaints about right here, the philtrum.
Right here?
Because you have so many nerve endings right there. So it's a spicy spot.
Spicy. Okay. And what kind of piercings do you have?
Do I have? So I'm a weenie when it comes to piercings.
I see
I don't
you
have
have
many.
These.
I have my dermals. Those are my favorite. I have some that you can't see.
Yeah.
I have my
We don't need to talk about them.
Talk about those. My ears are gauged, and that's all I have.
So how long does it take to gauge your ear like that?
So you wanna wait, you know, a good amount of time, let them heal in between. So you just have to be strategic. It depends on how far, you know, how big you're gonna go. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. So I heard like some of these up here hurt, right?
Yeah. The helix. When you get in the cartilage, it's a little spicy.
What's your favorite one to do?
My favorite one to do. We love a good nose piercing. Quick and easy. Yeah. Or conch. Conch
what's a conch?
So conch is going to be that little part kind of hidden in here, the little pocket.
Oh, right there. Okay. What is one that you're kind of overdoing?
That I'm overdoing, or I'm over being asked to do?
Maybe over asked to be.
Snake eye tongue piercings. I refuse to do those.
I forgot about those.
I know how to do them. I was trained to do them, but I care about, you know, my work outside of the shop. So we don't do those.
Okay. All right. And any other no-nos or?
Right off the bat, that's the only one coming to my head. Yeah. That's the one that screams at me. We're not a fan of those. They go to, it goes through 2 different muscle groups. So when you pierce them together, it binds them together. And then it starts to reject because your tongue wants to move around and it can't. So it limits you from doing what you can do.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about those. What's your favorite trend right now as far as piercings go?
We love a good vertical helix at the top. A lot of times people will do 3 of them and then put a spike in it.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Those are cool. Do you feel piercings are more jewelry or self-expression?
It's how you look at it. Some people, you know, look at it as just like, let me make myself fancy today, put this piece on today, put this piece on tomorrow. And some people, if it's a confidence thing. Like for me, I hated my nose. I used to get joked for my nose all the time in school, and then I pierced it and I fell in love with it. So if you're insecure,
you can just make a little adjustment and now you're like, oh, I want to show it off all the time.
Yeah, make it shiny and then you'll like it.
Yeah, I love that. What is something like maybe a myth buster, or people maybe who are watching are thinking about getting that piercing, but they're kind of on the fence? What would you say to them?
I feel like the main thing that comes to mind when you say that is dermals versus surface piercings. So a lot of times people want to do like a surface bar opposed to a dermal where it's implanted under the skin. But surface piercings have a lot higher rejection rate. So it's like you go through all the healing, but as you're making facial movements and stuff like that, the tissue's slowly receding. Where with a dermal,
it actually like pushes it out.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah. So you have a higher rejection rate. Yeah. So I feel like that's.
And so so this is like a different type of gun that you have to use.
So we don't use guns.
Oh, sorry.
Real piercers don't use guns. They use hollow point needles. That's important. Okay. So it's actually use a biopsy punch. So I do. It's called tenting the skin, and I pinch up the skin. I cookie cutter out a little hole. And then the dermals, they look like a figure 8 underneath with a post in it. Okay. So you put one side in, and then you rainbow the other side in. What? And then it's implanted under the skin.
That'd be so fun to watch. Do you ever like post like your piercings and how can we find that? Because I'm like, that would be so.
Yeah. So I have a piercing page. It's Lucid Dreams Piercing. Oh, love that. There's quite a few videos on there. There's videos of dermals. There's videos. I did an RFID implant.
So what is that? Since I'm obviously very like, treat me like I'm a little kid and I don't know anything, because I don't.
So I didn't know what an RFID implant was either. Somebody asked me to do it. I said, I've never heard of this. I've never done it. But if you give me the time and you trust me, I'll do my research and I'll figure it out. He gave me a month, let me figure it out. I did my own research. I watched countless videos, played around with the placement, and then he trusted me enough to do it. And what it is it's a little microchip. So I installed a microchip into his hand so that he could wave it in front of his house or his car and unlock it. What? So I turned him into a robot. This is so
like a 21st century type. Wow. So it's basically a key, almost like a key?
Yeah.
And to get into your car, to get into your... Honestly, that I might need that because I lose my keys all the time.
Well, let me know.
Wow, that's crazy. So when did that start happening?
I want to say in 2020 it really took off. People like started really like talking about the idea, and then it started happening. And
so all you have to do is just wave?
He just holds his hand in front of it, and it like
almost like it's like a Bluetooth type of thing.
Yeah.
And is there any like danger for that, or any like how big is it? I have so many questions.
So it's like a capsule. So it's a little glass borosilicate glass capsule, and the microchip is in the capsule.
You don't have to replace it or anything like that, or
well, it could eventually reject. It's something under the skin, you know. So you could bump it good enough to where it does reject. He's had it now for 4 years. It's doing great, but they reprogram it, so you can, you know,
and you can do it all through a computer, and you don't even have to take it out back out. It's just a one thing.
Because I asked him, I was like, what if you get a new car? He was like, oh, I just reprogram it. So that's all I have to do.
So interesting. That's crazy. So what else can makes your business unique, like something like that, you know, that you would love to talk about?
I feel like one of the most important things, so Pixley's Oddities was a queer run tattoo shop, and I feel like I tried to keep that here as well. And so we're like inclusive, safe space. We focus on comfort. I feel like that's one of the main things. So like when it comes to a willow tree, I think of like a cozy, like rainy day inn. That's what I tried to create in the studio, you know. So we have snacks and we have fidget toys.
You have that weeping willow, and it comes in like we were talking earlier about Pocahontas and the fairy. I don't know. Would you call her a fairy godmother? Godmother. The godmother tree, and she like gives you advice, and you know you feel safe in her little. Love that.
I feel like that's one of the main things.
And you have Miko. Or
yes.
Buddy.
Yes, we have Buddy. We have our little raccoon. Yes. Every willow tree needs a raccoon.
Yes. So what is like your plan? So you just moved here a month ago. Are you planning on expanding at all? What's your next step now that you've been here? We would like to expand for sure. We've talked about maybe opening another more private studio in Broadway to be able, because our window view, our studio is very open. So we have like a big window view. You guys are right there.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone can see. Do you have curtains at all? If you ever have to. Yet. So if anyone wants to do a more private piercing, they're just, you know.
Well, no, we're waiting right now. So we're waiting for those. So we're looking to get like a more private room so that we can offer stuff like that. And then eventually, after being, you know, here for a while, we plan to expand into a bigger studio. But right now, this is the perfect fit for us. So.
Maybe going up into North County.
Maybe.
We might need you up there, too.
Maybe. I'd like to have multiple willows all around. So
yes. We'll I'm always thinking of, like, what's, like, maybe the most unique piercing that you've ever done? Someone that maybe doesn't know about piercings like me, that would be like, whoa, I didn't know you could get that pierced.
I don't know. That's
or nothing surprises you anymore. Probably.
No, I was
You're
about
like,
to say,
I've seen it all.
Don't surprise me. The things that do surprise me, we probably shouldn't talk about. So
no, we can talk about it.
No, we shouldn't talk about those. You don't want me to talk about a suitcase piercing.
Wait, what is a suitcase piercing? I want to know.
Look it up.
Okay. Hold please. Suitcase. What is it? Suitcase piercing.
Let's see what images it gives you right off.
Okay. Let's see images. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. So we sat in on one of those during our apprenticeship.
So for those of you at home who don't want to look it up and just want, it's basically a genital piercing, but instead of the top, it looks like it's the bottom.
Goes through both.
Why is it called a suitcase?
I don't know. It's a good question.
That looks like it would hurt.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably one of the craziest ones. I feel like that one should be very frowned upon. I don't know why anybody would ever do that.
Because there's no like pleasure reason, right? Because
no. How would you keep that clean?
So true.
How would you keep that clean?
So true.
That's the main thing.
I didn't even think about that.
That's the main thing for me.
A lot of those are not just done for, but they're done for pleasure, right? Just like help stimulate nerve endings and whatnot. So I don't know what is a Cinderella piercing?
I don't know. Are you going to teach me something?
I don't know. It said, you know, when you look up stuff.
Oh, a Christina piercing.
Oh, those. So they just.
Yeah. No. So that's the thing. So Christina piercing is. So think of a belly button piercing. Okay.
Which I still have a hole from when I got it from 18. Like I'm thinking about redoing it.
Well, let me know.
I know.
Christina piercing. It's think of the placement and how a belly button piercing sits, and then scoot it down onto the mound of your coochie, and then it sits right there.
Okay, so it's basically on your fupa.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So it's funny that they would call it Cinderella, though. So now there's all these suitcase, Cinderella, Christina. What other piercings names are there? Because they're kind of fun.
There's so many. They're wild.
Okay, let me just see. There's a Lady Diana or a Dirty Diana. What's that one? I mean, you tell me. I'm gonna.
Well, so the street names and the actual names are very different.
So there's
so things like that, like a Dirty Diana. That's not what they call it in the piercing world. But
okay, so
I'm
what do they call it in the piercing
assuming
world?
that would be a labia piercing.
Transmasculine individuals, body modification. Yep, you're right.
Got
Vertical clitoral hood. You know your stuff.
Know something.
So let's talk about. You were talking about rejection, right? If you get one rejection, would you get another rejection at another part of your body? Like, is that like a personal thing, or is that just a part of the body thing?
A lot goes into piercing. So when it comes to like how you heal, a lot of that has to do with like the Fitzpatrick scale, which is like the complexion of your skin. That affects how you heal. So people with really, really fair skin and really dark skin are more prone to keloiding. So more raised scars and stuff like that.
Got it.
Not necessarily like
That's
rejection.
I didn't even think about that. There is so much that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Rejection can happen from a lot of things. You could bump a piercing and it could cause it to reject.
Ooh, ouch.
You know,
yeah.
So you just have to listen to your body. You have to know your body and know when to give up.
What's kind of the longest to heal? What type of piercing?
Longest to heal would probably be your cartilage. Everybody talks about how the cartilage is so, rough, and it's a rough heal because it's a long heal. It's a good 12 to 14 months
over
you're
a
caring
year
for it and taking care of an annoying metal pet.
So if I wanted to like re-pierce my belly button, what would your price point be?
My price point, so the piercing service itself is about $50.
Okay.
And then the jewelry, we use high quality titanium jewelry. It's hyperallergenic.
And so you have jewelry sold at your spot. Okay.
Yeah. And then the jewelry ranges from $45 and up, just depending on the style you choose.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm really actually thinking about redoing
Let's
it.
do it.
I probably shouldn't do it right before summer. I should probably wait, right?
You can wait a little bit, or there's a magical thing called Tegaderm. So
what's that?
Have you ever had an IV?
Yes.
Okay, you know the clear sticky Band-Aid they put on the IV?
Yes.
That's called Tegaderm.
Okay.
So that actually waterproofs your piercings. Obviously, you can't waterproof like an ear piercing. That's going to be weird.
Yeah.
But for your belly button, you could put a little gauze over it and then put the Tegaderm on it, and then it waterproofs it.
And then you could just go swimming, because I love to go to the beach or the ocean. And okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it's not, you obviously want to give it a little bit of time, a couple weeks to breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could totally do that.
Okay. You personally don't do the tattoos, but you are the big mama bear and you oversee all the tattoo artists. So first of all, how'd that get started, and how many people are working for you?
So it got started whenever we were at Pixley's. We had a big meeting, and I don't know, I guess I was the one to step up and be like, okay, let's do this. We're going to make this work. So that's how I kind of fell into that role. And then at my studio, we stepped up to the game. I didn't want to see everybody, trickle away.
Yeah.
So I did what I could do. I have 5 tattoo artists, and then I have 1 tooth gem artist.
Wow. How do you guys split that time in your room?
So each booth, there's 3 booths right now.
Because you guys have a big room.
We have a big room, 2 tattoo beds, and then 1 chair. And then we have a Google Calendar set up. So everybody goes in and they claim their booth time, and then
so easy to do it that way, right?
Yeah, it makes it really easy.
Oh, that's awesome. And so how long have you known all of your tattoo artists, and what are their maybe specialties?
I've known my artists for a little over a year. We all met at Pixley's. I have Liam, who specializes in black and gray traditional work.
Okay.
I have Liz, who also does traditional work, but she loves color. She's really good at Pokemon and cartoons and stuff like that is her vibe. I have Bowie. Bowie has his own style, so he is a woodcut artist. If somebody did like a woodcutting design, that's what his tattoos look like. Okay. So they have like the little nooks and crannies. It's super, super, I've never seen anything like it. I love it. So that's Bowie style. And then we have Val. Val loves like dark worked pieces, some semi-realistic,
almost fantastical, or I don't know, is that a word? Did I just make that up?
So house is his vibe, like Dr. House. You ever seen the show?
Yeah. I mean, briefly.
He does a lot of house portraits, surprisingly.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that's fun. What else? I have Allison. Allison is our only hand poke artist, actually.
And that's an Asian form, right? Like where the tattooing, is that what you're talking about?
So bad that I wouldn't know exactly where that comes from. But yeah, so she takes like a popsicle stick, and then she takes just the needle and puts it on the popsicle stick, and then that's what she uses to hand poke the tattoos rather than using a machine.
That's cool.
So it's super cool. She does fine line stuff. It's amazing.
Does that, like pain wise, is that a little bit less or more than you would say? Have you heard?
I would like to know for myself. I do want to get one from her. I've heard it's a lot easier. Like, it's more gentle,
Some people come in and get tattoos, like, for the pain,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people.
Yeah. But some people, it would be nice to know, hey, that one doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah.
So what would you say if, like, new parents, they really want to get their kids or babies' ears pierced, what would be, like, a perfect age range for them to start?
I feel like, so infant-wise, the younger, the better. As we creep into closer to a year old, we're a little more grabby, a little more aware of things. I feel like 4 and 5 months olds, they're quick, easy, out the door. They don't have any trauma from it, which is great.
It's just, it feels like a little bee sting, and then they're done.
I feel like the kids that are more curious, 7 and 8 is a good age for them. They want to know what's going on, and they understand what's going on, I feel like.
And I feel like at that age, like, they're so into, like, princesses or whatever. They want to wear the earrings, and they see the jewelry, and they see the bling, and they want to be a part of that.
So I offer needle play sessions. So instead of, like, coming in and getting a needle put in your skin and then a piece of jewelry and you leave with it, it's more of, like, a creative thing. So we take a bunch of needles, we make a big design, take a bunch of pictures, and then I take them out and you go about your business.
That's so cool. So would you do it, like, on your arm, on your back? Like, where are the places that you would do that?
I've done a back placement. I've done a placement where I did 4 along somebody's cheek. I recently did a flower crown. So I did, I think, 6 across here, and then I put flowers in it, and then we did 3 down her nose. That one was fun.
So and then you just take pictures. It's like more of an artistry, creative expression, and then you take it out.
And then you take them out. You see how much it bleeds. You take some cool content of
even
bleeding.
the blood. Yeah,
I feel like that people love that. I don't know why
I totally would get why they would like it. I don't know how I would do, how it would fare, but that is so cool. I would love to see. Do you ever print out those photos and, like, put them in your thing?
We actually have some on the studio.
Okay, I'm gonna come up there and check them out. That'll be so cool. Is there any such thing as too many piercings?
No.
Yeah, I think,
unless you get to the point where they're just, like, rejecting and you're just holding on to them.
So if someone rejects their piercing and it happens, is there any point in time where you're like, hey buddy, it's happened too many times, you probably shouldn't? Or are you just like, do you find a way for them to get pierced even though their body's rejecting it?
It just all depends. Everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. Everybody's skin handles things differently. So it's really just a case where, like, you have to look at it and you have to see and be able to tell if it could be done or not. It's
so interesting that even with the Fitzpatrick scale, that, like, their healing is different and whatnot. So you're saying on opposite sides of the scale, the healing can be a lot more time. But if you're kind of in the middle, then maybe not so much. That's so interesting.
It's mainly with, like, your scarring and how you scar too. I feel like that's one of the main things.
Have you seen, like, so it's raised scarring? Is that what you're talking about?
Like keloiding skin?
Yeah.
Keloid scarring.
What's maybe an interesting fact about piercing and maybe history, culture that you could maybe share?
I feel like maybe that piercing and the piercing community was born in the LGBTQ community.
Did not know that.
I feel like that's super cool, and it's
Happy
cool.
Pride Month.
I know, right? Happy Pride Month. So it's cool to be able to not only, like, still be continuing that and being able to, like, help people express themselves and, find your individuality. I feel like that's super important, and I feel like it's cool having that history and then being like, okay, well, we opened a studio in North Park, which is, like, the heart of our community.
Yes.
So,
and what would you say to maybe somebody that wants to start their own business and maybe rent out a studio with Broadway?
It's not as scary as you think it is. It's just a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. It's a lot of scary paperwork, but you can do it.
And what's your most favorite part about being the boss lady now? Having your own business, having your own space, making your own schedule, all of that.
I feel like it makes all these years of trying to figure out where I was supposed to be, like, in a studio, it, like, kind of made it worth it. Like, it's like, okay, I know where I'm supposed to be now. Like, all that led up to this. Everything I learned at every studio taught me something to get to here. Love that. I feel like that. Yeah.
And then what maybe inspires you the most right now?
I feel like just the studio, wanting to do good for they're not my employees, they're my coworkers. Wanting to do good for everybody, wanting to be successful. Like, I want to take us to the top, you know, and I want to be able to sit back and be like, okay, we did that. You know, we started down here and then we made it up there.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So any other things that you want to talk about or that you wanted to tell the audience, maybe how to book appointments, or do you take walk-ups?
Yeah, we take walk-ins. Liz and Liam take walk-ins on certain days of the week. We have it posted on our page. We're always open for piercing appointments. We have a website, so Weeping Willow, weepingwillowsd.com. So you can find all of our artists on there. You can select which artist fits your vibe, and then you can fill out an inquiry form from there.
Yay. Awesome.
So it's all easy, black and white right there.
Woohoo. All right.